Hey, how's it going, Dillon? This is a quick demo video for you for your Starfall and Laredo Sabers Acsension Saber with custom crystal chamber. Alright, so we're going to go over my desk. I'll show you what I did on the CFX install. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will try very hard to get this out in the mail to you today. Thanks, man. Alright, Dillon, we've got your Acsension Saber here, all finished up. This is a 2-button setup, so your power is going to be on this side of the clamp switch here, and auxiliary will be over here. Okay, this is your blade retention. I've got your blade plug in the box. You've got a KR Sabers lit PCB there that you'll see all lit up here in a second. Underneath this window right here, you have an 8-pixel accent strip. All right, and then to get to your chassis and crystal chamber, you just want to unscrew your handle. We'll talk about what's going on in here. So you would ask for a CFX install. That's what you've got here. Easy access to your SD card. Just pop it in and out from there. All right. A little bit of greebly work on the chassis. This chassis was printed in a black carbon fiber. All right. So very smooth. Didn't have to assault it with any rub and buff or anything like that. So you've got a 28mm dark side smuggler's outpost speaker. So this sounds really beefy. A custom machined crystal chamber. So you and I had talked about me just machining a crystal chamber for you instead of me doing one out of PLA. I think that it just looks, it just looks a lot better when it's made out of metal when you can do that. So that's what I did there. I machined the outer piece, the main piece, out of aluminum. The lower and upper crystal holders I machined out of brass. I did put some decorative copper tubing here and here to tie in the copper colored clamp switch here and the copper colored LED housing right here. All right, so I hope that you like the way that that came out. Did some light lasering work here just to try to incorporate the laser a little bit and make it look a little bit different. So I hope that you like the way that that came out. You would ask for a red crystal, so that's what you've got in there, a double pointed red crystal, which I thought was pretty cool. I've actually had this guy for a long time trying to decide what to do with it, so it was a perfect fit here. Now for CFX, you said that you were very versed in how to program it, so this is what I did for you. All right, I am not super versed on how to program CFX and do, like, crystal chambers and extra LED strips. I know how to wire it properly. I know how to program it to get it to work, to show you proof of concept that everything is wired properly. So this is what I did. I wired the crystal chamber. It has its own Neopixel accent, and then this 8-pixel strip, I piggyback them or I daisy chain them. So what does that mean? The first LED will be the crystal chamber. You'll notice on your config here, on the SD card, I have a 9-pixel call out on your Pixie folder. All right, so the first LED will be this one. The last 8 LEDs will be this strip over here. CFX is capable of doing subblades, so the reason I did it that way is because if you want to break out the crystal chamber and have it doing something different than this LED strip, you can definitely program it to do that. All right, for now though, what I've got it doing is pulsing when the saber's off, and you'll see that here in a second. When I turn the saber on, they go off, but then when you engage blade lock up, they turn back on. All right, so this is a removable battery setup. Excuse me, spring side for the negative side of your battery. This is an 18650 keep power battery, but I just take the sticker off. All right, snaps in there. If I were to turn this light off here, or you can see your LED strip up here kind of pulsing, and your crystal pulses as well. Okay, so that happens when the saber's off. Come over here and turn the saber on. They will go off until you engage blade lock up, which is holding down auxiliary. So you see your crystal doing it there, and then your LED strip here. Right? Until you turn it off. So that's what I've got it doing right now. Of course, you could program it to do anything you like, but just put your handle back on, lock it down tight, hit power, get your pixel PCB in there all lit up. turn that off. We'll come over here to your blade retention. Back that out a little bit. Cool blade retention because it's hollow in the middle, so it allows for some shine through. And this saber is meant for a 7/8 inch blade. Now I noticed on some other chassis options that you showed me, specifically the one from Laredo Sabers had the entire unit coming out. I chose to make this a static chassis. That's why you can see the crystal chamber when you take the handle off. All right, I am using this guy right here and this guy right here that I'm actually using those for chassis retentions, but this chassis is not meant to come out. It's a static chassis. All right, but we'll lock that 7/8 inch blade in. Hit power, you got some shine through in your blade retention. Lights up a blade very nicely. Our blade lock up. Now, if you go like that, hold down auxiliary and twist, change the color of the saber. That will also change the color of your crystal chamber and your LED strip. So now you see it's pulsing that purple color. Same with your LED or your crystal chamber. I will caution you that because you wanted a red crystal, some colors may not shine as well as other colors trying to go through that red color of the crystal. All right, so just be aware of that. But anyway. Nice green there. Sounds very good, all right? All right, we'll go ahead and take the blade out here. Very easy to do. Tighten that back up so I don't forget it here. Come over here and take the handle off. And as you can see, we stopped on a green blade. So you've got that green LED strip pulsing here. And then your crystal. Now, green is one of those colors that don't shine through very well on a red crystal. So you just might want to keep that in mind. All right, but we'll turn this on. Turn it off. Take your battery out from the positive side over here by your speaker. I usually just use something flat and pop it out like that. But that is basically how you use your Acsension saber. Let me know if you have any questions. And it's pretty early in the day today, so I think that I can get this out in the mail to you today. Thanks, man.